Okay, good evening, everybody. Tonight I am going to be doing a video of a look back on my channel, and I am basically just going to go over all of my videos and have a look back on my history and how it all started. And I am basically just going to go over the views and just have a look at what I've done and where I've been for the last 2 years. Anyway, this of course is my channel here, and I had this all pulled up on my big Insignia screen. I do have a laptop, but I figured that this would be a better view to get of it, at least for right now. But anyway, this is my channel, and these are pretty much all of my recent videos here, not the ones on the bottom. And this was the very first video that I recorded on my channel. This of course is pretty much how it all started, which is my old 50s Wizard box fan on a stand that first opened the channel a couple of years ago. And not too bad that it reached up to 439 views in the last 2 years. And there's even been at least one or two videos that I've had to re-upload, particularly my earlier videos to gain more views. And technically, I recorded this video sometime in late 2019. Yeah, I think it was October the 20th of 2019 when I recorded this video. And those moments when your life changes forever. I'm sorry, everybody. These stupid advertisements are making it harder to do just about anything on YouTube. But anyway, this was the very first video. This is how it all started for me. And there, of course, there it is, all set in color there in my old bedroom. And there's my calendar up there, and there's my old bookshelf, and there's the fan right there in the window. This was I think actually this was the day that I first got it, and I've recorded a video of this fan at least several times. And this was technically the very first vintage fan that I started up my collection on, and even the very first one that I acquired off of eBay. And it wasn't very easy, but it was well worth it. Really don't see the need to go through the comments on some of my channels, and I've got at least about a handful, but I guess pretty much nothing too much to go over. And so yeah, there it is right there. And this all reached up to 439 views. And this was the second one. This was the restoration that I did of it. Some parts of it were being recorded between 2019 and I think it was just 2019 and 2020 when I did the restoration. And I think I got up to 231 views on this one. And of course, this was 2 years ago. I think I recorded this and I uploaded it, I think, like 3 or 4 months after I did the very first video. And I guess I'll go ahead and I'll check out the comments on this one. Okay, so this one is by Carson01XJ. Nice job. Too bad the bearings rattle so much. Keep an eye out for the other Westinghouse fan motors so you can use bearings from it. And looking back now, um, even for I've always had a lifelong passion, for antiques and old appliances and fans. The funny thing is, I grew up around them. I pretty much knew them my whole life, but technical. I wasn't as technical or even knowledgeable with them until I started watching YouTube videos. It was right around when YouTube came out in 2004. I don't think that fan videos started coming out until maybe like, I don't know, 2007 or 2008, so to speak. That was right around when I started, you know, getting into YouTube videos. But it's more like, I know a lot more about these things now than I did back then. You know, if there was an issue with the fan, I knew nothing of what it was. And back when I was growing up, if we had a fan, no matter how old or new it was, if there was a problem with it, it was that was it. They were thrown in the junk pile, and they were gone. They were just used, and I think they were always clean, to a certain degree, but no history that I can think of in my family of restorations or that kind of technicality. At least not with fans. And the older that I got, and the more I started watching these videos, watching other fan collectors on YouTube, I started to discover a lot more in knowing how the fans work, and understanding, the value of them, learning more about them, why they are so important, why they mean, the way that they do to some people. And that's pretty much why I started this whole channel. And this right here was one of the one things that kind of opened up my eyes, to these kind of things about these older fans. But anyway, this is another one from Colin583. Restoration came out nice. Sorry I couldn't watch the whole video. It's entirely, so forgive me if I missed anything. So Wizard, I understand it, was a store brand, much like Sears. I believe that different manufacturers built the fans, and Western Auto sold them under Wizard brands. That's where the original manufacturer, I'm guessing, was Vernco. Definitely not a McGraw-Edison project like mine is. I'm also guessing late 50s or early 60s for a date of manufacture, but again, I could be wrong. There's an AFC forum which I found with someone asking about a damn near identical fans, and the continuous there was Vernco, so that's where I go with it. Laugh out loud. Hope this was helpful. And so there you go, it's basically just like I said, learning a lot more about these fans. I grew up with a lot of these older fans growing up, and that's basically, how that all started, my passion. And just in the last 2 or 3 years, I've learned a lot more about these fans, being made from different companies, learning more about the companies, and it was just, it made me even more fascinating and interesting with these fans, and so I guess that's pretty much why it's so important for me. These other two, they are just, I guess you can go ahead and read those, but nothing really much going over. There's one from another guy, nice. There's one from Intel Gel Boy, just like Jordan has lots of fans, telephones, and other devices too. And this one's from DB Vintage. Not quite sure who manufactured it. Those are not common. Very, not the most common of fans. And I guess that is why these were so interesting to me, because they were just more of the uncommon fans, and they were odd looking, but they were really cool looking. They worked. They were easy to work with, and they lasted for a long time. And this is another video that I recorded. This was the third one that I did, identification of vintage Lebanon rotary switch, and in a patent fan that I got, that following year. And we'll go over this one. Pretty much the same thing with the fans. I'll take, old fan parts like the switches or the motors, even the power cords, even the fan parts, I like to study and do more research about them, and I think that is even more, interesting story to me, is learning more about the parts to these fans, including the motors and such. And these were the comments that I got on this one. This one's from Junior Television. Did a bit of research, found out you can modify these function to 3 speeds, mainly because they were primarily designed for lamps. And you can buy extremely similar switch for only a couple bucks. The number is SL19321NRK, and you can find them real easily going on Google, whatever, then still make these and use them now. But I haven't found any design with off and 3 settings. I know 3 rotary switches exist, but if you're looking for a pretty original style part, then there you go. Hope this helped, and have a good day. Also, much more practical to just buy a new switch. It will last longer and work more efficiently if you try to rebuild the old switch. Alright. Okay. This one gained 83 views too, by the way. And this was the 4th one that I uploaded. I think, this was in 2020. I think this was the spring of 2020. This was one of my other cheapo box fans that I got. This was actually one of the very last, fans, box fans particularly, that I got from my old residence, which was an old 1990s, early 2000s Liquid 20 box fan. Reached up to 249 views. Steve here once again. It is. Okay, so there it is once again. And I'm pretty sure that you all remember how I explained it. It was in the very last video that I recorded in that room from my old residence right before I moved. How I mentioned how a lot of my content and material, even some of the restorations, took place in that room, and that is where I slept for the last 16 years of my life. And I could watch these videos, but it's still kind of hard for me, because it's the same thing with my shop. I could probably go back and nothing is the same. Changes have been made. I'm not entirely sure if the shop is still existent. For all I know, it's probably been torn down. But this is pretty much how my whole channel started. It started right there in this room. This was my studio. And just a lot of good, memories in there. Had a lot of fun in there. I've done a lot, did a lot of work. And, so I guess that is the reason why, that was so special to me. And let's see if we can get some comments off of this one. No, did not get any comments on this one. So if maybe I could upload it again. Okay. Okay, so there you go, everybody. This is my channel history vlog number 1. There are 4 of my very first videos that I shared with you today, and I will make a vlog number 2 of this, and I hope that you all have enjoyed, and I hope that you do enjoy this. Maybe I could make more videos of it, depending on how many views and comments it may get. So there you go. Well, I hope that you all have enjoyed, and I will see you later, and have a good night and a good weekend, and bye-bye.